Hi, my name is Jocelyn Diaz. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Don't forget to join the Pita Chip fam, and let's get started on the video.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Before I tell you what we're filming for today, I want to tell you guys a very special announcement. So yesterday I was brainstorming and I was like, what's a good way to get all my pita chips involved and make us feel more like a family? So I came up with the brilliant idea of having an intro, but not just any intro. You guys will be my intro. So basically, you will submit your video in the email down below. I'm going to leave it in the description box. So all the information on how to send me your intro is going to be in the description box. So make sure to check it out if you want to be in the next video's intro. For today, we're going to be filming a makeup tutorial, but not just any makeup tutorial. It's going to be a in-depth makeup tutorial. So make sure to go grab your snacks, pause this video, get your blanket, and grab your pillow because it's going to be a long one. You guys really enjoyed the makeup starter kit for beginners. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the products that I have and I'm going to go very, very in-depth of why I like them, why they're good for beginners, how they blend, and all this stuff. You guys know all the good stuff. Now the cool thing is that some of my items that I have here are the items that I put in the makeup beginners kit. We're going to get started with my brows. I use the Brow Gel by Tonya Crooks. It's this one right here. I really like this one. This one was actually $2.99 at TJ Maxx. If you guys don't know, I film makeup steals and deals, so I found it for $2.99. It originally retails for, I believe, $20. The reason I like it, if you have really thick brows like mine, you can just use a pencil and kind of fill in the spaces that are very bald. Like for example here, I don't have much hair going on. And if you don't have a lot of brow hair, the cool thing is if you sharpen this pencil very, very nicely, you can go ahead and just draw the shape of the brow that you want and just go ahead and start filling in and mimic the hair of your brow. So that's the reason I really like it. Plus, it blends out so nicely in the eyebrows. You guys are gonna see it right now. For example, here I don't have a lot of hair, but don't worry. All you have to do is go a little bit down here and then see? It makes my brow look a little bit longer, except I don't have hair, but it's like no one will ever notice. So then up here, I do the same thing, but I go very, very lightly. You literally don't even have to try that hard, you see? All you have to do is go up, do a motion going up, and then that's your brow. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this brow and then I'll be right back. When I am done with my brows, it's time to clean your brows. So basically what that means is you're gonna carve out your brows and finally decide what kind of shape you want in your brows, whether it's thick or whether you want them thinner. I want my way thinner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and this one is in Concealing. I'm gonna take my Morphe R42 brush. Now if you're also a beginner, a great way to start a brush collection is Morphe Me. If you guys are interested in Morphe Me, my link will be in the description box down below. Basically how it works is you get 3 to 8 brushes every month for $19.99, and if you sign up with my link you get 1 extra free brush on your first month. And I really like it because your brush collection grows extremely fast just because you get brushes anywhere from your face to your eyes. So I highly recommend if you're a beginner and you want to start growing your brush collection, that is definitely the way to go. So what I do is I take a little bit of NARS and I just put it in the back of my hand like this. Now the reason I really like this concealer, especially the shade, is because it's not way too light or way too dark. Because when I first started doing makeup, I made the mistake of buying a light concealer and my foundation was a total different color, and then when I would take pictures you can see the color of my foundation and then like white lines where I had basically carved on my brow. So that is not good. So the reason I like this concealer, it doesn't have any flashback and it just blends out amazingly. Like, do you see that? I don't even need a beauty blender. It just blends out so nicely and the coverage is really good. You can basically just layer this up if you want a natural look. If you're a person that really doesn't need makeup, go ahead and apply just a little bit and it'll give you a good coverage. But if you're someone like me that needs a lot of coverage, you just go ahead and build it up and it's great. Then to blend out my concealer, I'm going to use this Royal Precision Angled brush right here, and it's a synthetic brush. I really recommend using synthetic brushes when using any cream products, just because whenever you clean your brushes it's going to be so much easier versus taking off the cream product of these kind of bristles right here. So if you ever use cream products, remember to use the synthetic brushes. Now to prime my eyelids, after I'm done with my eyebrows, I move on to eyeshadow. To prime my eyelids, I'm going to use the exact same concealer. Like I told you guys, this one has really good full coverage. So I don't know about you guys, but I have little veins here, as you guys can tell, and I have pigmentation, dark pigmentation going on my eyes. So I just add a little bit and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it, and you guys are going to see that it's going to cover all of that dark pigmentation going on there, and it gets a good base for the eyeshadow. That's something else that I really like. It's a good base for the eyeshadows, and they blend very nicely when I apply the concealer. Normally people would apply powder after the concealer. I just like to leave the concealer by itself like this, and then go ahead and blend out my eyeshadows, whichever eyeshadows I'm going to use for the day. But everyone is different. It just depends on your preference, the way you like your eyeshadows to be. But I just find that whenever I use this concealer and I don't set it, I just feel like my eyeshadows are a little bit more pigmented and they look more vibrant. Now for my eyeshadow, I'm going to take the Too Faced palette. Now these palettes are semi-affordable, but any Too Faced palette is amazing. Actually, even the chocolate one, that's the one that I first started when I started doing my makeup. Unfortunately, this palette is a holiday edition, so I don't think they have it available, but I'm going to show you guys how pigmented they are. The reason I really like Too Faced eyeshadows is because they're so, look, you're about to see, they're so blendable and they're so pigmented. You can basically build it up or leave the color that you get, but I really like them. The formula is so rich, it blends so nicely, and I actually have Too Faced palettes that I owned, and they all literally have the same formula. So I'm going to show you guys how I do one eye, and then I'm going to move on to the second one. But I want you guys to see that they blend so nicely, and the pigmentation is great. Now, like I said, this palette unfortunately is, I don't think they have it anymore on the website, but if you can find it, go ahead and get it, because it literally has every color that you need. It has neutrals and very dark colors you can use for like date night looks and stuff, so I highly recommend this one. Again, if you can get your hands on it, try to find it. Now let's take, we're gonna take a little brown color so you guys can see how pigmented the browns are, and I'm gonna take it here in the outer corner. And I like them because once you take a clean brush, everything blends out so nicely. I'm going to take a clean blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend all of this very nicely. Now this is one of the reasons that I don't like to set my concealer, because I feel like everything just blends out better versus if I put a layer of powder and then I go ahead and try to blend out the shadows. You see? Now I'm going to take a shimmery color just so you guys can see how pigmented they are. I love them. So I'm going to take Party over here and put it on my eyelid. Whoa, do you guys see that? So pigmented. I love them. I love Too Faced eyeshadows. They're the best. Then I'm going to take this side of the brush, which is a clean brush, and just go ahead and blend everything out again. And that is basically my eye look. It is so easy. A lot of you guys always ask me how I do my eyeshadows, and I literally just take 3 colors and this is what I come out with. Now I'm gonna move on to this eye right here. Once I'm done, I'll be back and we'll start working with eyeliner. This eyeliner that I'm about to show you is my holy grail. I recommend it to you 100%. It is the NYX NYX Professional Makeup Matte Liquid Liner. They do have a matte one and they have one that's kind of shiny. I personally prefer the matte one just because I really like it. This is why I recommend it to you. When you're a beginner, it's very hard to start off your eyeliner. I went there. I would end up looking like I had a black eye. It was just horrible. So I recommend that you practice and practice. Like when you're just gonna stay home and not go anywhere, practice. Or do what I would do. I would grab the back of my hand and start practicing an eyeliner. Basically how I would do it on my eye, start practicing the lines and then connecting them. So the reason I really like this one is because it's very, very black, very pigmented, and that's really good when you're doing your eyeshadow, because you want eyeliner that's very black and pigmented. The other reason I like it is because look right here. This is really, really good. Do you guys see how tiny this brush is? This is so good when you try to do your eyeliner and be very precise, because I've bought thousands of eyeliners and the brush is just horrible. It's either too thick, too chubby. I just really like this one because you can get in there very nicely, precisely, and draw the line very, very easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one eye just so you guys can see how I basically do my eyeliner. So what I discovered with time is I draw a line wherever my last eyelash ends, which is typically right here. From here I draw a line going upwards like this. So I'm gonna do that. There we go. When you do your eyeliner, make sure no one is talking to you, because this takes practice and you need to be very, very careful. I'm completely done with my eyes. I know I'm gonna get questions about my lashes. There are these lashes right here. I got them at a Chinese website, but I'm gonna leave them linked down below because then I'm gonna get a lot of questions about these. We're gonna move on to primer. For my primer, I use my Too Faced Hangover RX. This one smells like coconut. The reason I really like it, it's because I have very oily skin, especially on my T-zone. So when I apply this, I stay matte. I would say half of the time that I'm wearing my makeup, which is really good because I've tried a lot of primers. I actually also really like that once you apply it to your face and it dries up, it becomes very tacky. Now, tacky is good when it comes to primers because that means your foundation is going to apply very nicely and it kind of sticks to your skin better and it makes it last all night. That's the reason I really like this primer, and it smells delicious also, and it's very nice for your skin. Sometimes even when I'm not wearing any makeup, I will still wear this by itself, like on my face, because it just makes you look like that glowiness going on your face. I love it, honestly. It's really, really good. For foundations, don't freak out. I did not buy this for full price. This is the Burberry foundation. This one is in Honey number 32. I actually got this one for $15 at TJ Maxx. You guys, if you guys have not seen any of my makeup steals and deals videos, make sure to go check it out because you can find amazing makeup for half of the price. So the reason I like the Burberry one is because it's not really like full coverage, but it gives like that dewy effect on your face. So for full coverage, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This one's in 105 Natural Beige. This foundation, if you have such oily skin, buy this. It will keep you matte throughout the whole day. It's incredible how matte it is, and it can literally last you all night long. It's that good. And I also really like it because the coverage on this, it's just like literally, if you have any breakouts throughout your face, buy this and it will cover absolutely everything. So I go ahead and mix these two. And the reason I mix them, like I said, the Burberry one, I like that it gives my face kind of like that glowy effect, but I still need coverage. So the L'Oreal one gives me amazing coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and mix both of these foundations. Now also, you can mix foundations if you really like a foundation but they don't have your shade. Basically just buy two of the same foundations, but buy one lighter, one darker, and then mix them and you should get your skin tone color. What I do now is I just grab whatever brush and then just go ahead and start applying it all over my face. To go ahead and blend everything, I personally like to use a beauty blender. The Real Techniques beauty blender is really good, which is this one. Or if you ever go to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, they also have this one, which they look identical and they do exactly the same thing. It's just this one is a little bit cheaper than the Real Techniques. I like a beauty blender because literally, look, it's so easy to blend out your foundation. You don't even have to struggle to blend it out. Because I've seen a lot of people use brushes. For me, when I use a brush, it just leaves like the bristles like just marked on my face, and I don't like that. So I just like to go in with a beauty blender and it blends everything so nicely. Moving on to concealer. Again, I'm gonna use NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer for my under eye area. This, I like it. Again, like I said, very full coverage, and it also brightens up your under eye area amazingly. And I usually just apply a little bit of concealer here, both underneath my eye area. And then whenever I have some little pimples that I have, like these two right here, I usually just apply whatever is left and it covers up everything very nicely. I'm gonna add a little bit here too. And you guys are gonna see how nice it's gonna blend into my skin. So we're gonna go ahead and blend it out. The Beauty Blender makes everything so easy as well. See? Blends out really, really good. And now I'm gonna blend out underneath my eye area. Do you guys see how nicely it blended? Like you can't even see where my concealer is, where it was like a line. You can't even see anything. It blended out really, really good. Moving on to contouring my face, this palette, I tried to find it when I went to Ulta and they didn't have it. But if you go to TJ Maxx, again, I get most of my makeup from TJ Maxx. If you go to TJ Maxx and you see this, buy it because it's really good. It is the Stila. This is the Light Shape and Shade Contour Duo. And it looks like this. I have never found a cream contour this color and that it blends so nicely into the skin. I'm going to show you guys right now because you guys are not going to believe this. I'm going to take a brush, a synthetic brush again, and I'm going to go ahead and carve out my cheekbones. Oh my god, this blends so, do you guys, oh my god, I wish you guys could like hold my hand and glide it with me. It glides on so nicely. I'm telling you, I have never found a cream contour product that blends this nice and that glides this good into the skin. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my nose. I'm going to contour my nose. Now here's where I really like it. I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to go ahead and blend upwards. Wow, it blends so good onto the skin. I just go ahead and do little circle motions and go ahead and just blend all this together. Moving on to powder, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I love this powder because when I first started doing makeup, my boyfriend would take pictures of me and I thought I would look so good, and whenever he would use flash, oh my god, if I find a picture, I'm going to insert it here, there would be like white triangles underneath my eye where every single powder product that I would use would have flashback and I would look like a ghost, and it is the most horrible thing ever. So I don't want you guys to ever experience that. So this right here is the way to go. Now it's very finely milled that it looks like your skin, so it doesn't look very cakey. It doesn't emphasize your wrinkles underneath your eyes. I just really like it. I also love it for baking. So I go ahead and just apply a little bit underneath my eye area and let it sit for, I would say, like about a minute, and that's all I need. And this powder, it, like I said, it does not give you any white flashback, which is great. And if you have very oily skin, this right here is the best. It will keep you matte almost throughout the whole day, which is why I really like it. Also grab literally what's left, and I like to use it to set my entire face. Lately I've been going more for like a glowy dewy look, so I don't apply as much powder as I used to back then. I just literally grab whatever's left, or even here I take this powder and just go ahead and spread it out throughout my whole face, just because, like I said, I've been more into like that dewy look. And then here I just take all this powder and press it into my skin, and then whatever's left in the brush, I use it to set my nose area. Now to bronze and contour, it's such a difference. Everyone says that contouring and bronzing is very different, which it is. So to bronze my face, I use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It comes in this palette, but you can buy it separate. The reason I like this bronzer, it's a really good shade for, I would say, almost every skin tone color. It blends so good. And also, I don't know if you guys have ever tried doing like bronzer, but it looks super muddy. It's happened to me. I'm guilty for that. So when I use this bronzer right here, it just looks so nice. The color I'm going to show you guys right now, you guys are going to fall in love. It does not look like too muddy or too chocolate. It just looks like the right shade. And it doesn't even have to look like you contour, because you're just bronzing your whole face, which means you're adding like that sun-kissed touch to your face. So you just want to look like you got a little bit of tan, not too much, just a little bit. And that's it. See how it doesn't look like too muddy? It just looks like you have a nice bronzer going on. Now to contour, this puppy right here, I've been using it ever since I started my makeup. It is the Hoola Benefit bronzer, but I use this to contour. Oh my god, this right here, so good. I was so scared to layer this bronzer with the Chocolate Soleil one, because I was like, what if it looks way too muddy, or what if it just looks way too dark? But no, it looks really good. So I'm going to take an angled brush. I'm going to go ahead and start doing small little circles and carving out my cheekbones. And then I look a little bit slimmer. It's crazy how this contouring thing works. I love it. Everything that I love to use, it's because in makeup, if everything blends very nicely into your skin, that's great, because you don't want your face to look very cakey. You want it to look just very like it's part of your face, if that makes any sense. So that's the reason I love this bronzer, and it's really good. Moving on to blush. I am not a big blush fan, but this one right here, it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Festy. These blushes, this is just the way to go if you want a really good blush, as well as the NARS one. But this one, I really like it because I'm a person that I like blush, but I don't want it to be very visible. I just want my face to look healthy and with a little bit of color, but not too much. And these, the pigmentation and the formula of this is just great. Like, I don't know how Tarte does it, but do you guys see? Like, it's just, it adds like that oomph to my face. I really like it. I like the way it looks. Now for highlighter, this highlighter is the best. This is the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls highlight. This highlight, if you first buy it, it's only $4. If you buy it, make sure to scratch off the very first layer, because if you buy this and you swatch it and you get the very first layer, you're gonna be like, this is like not even good. But if you scrape off the first layer, that's when you get to the very good stuff. Now this highlighter, I like it because it's very shiny, it's blinding, and it's only $4. And the formula, it's really good. I'm about to show you guys. So what I do, apply a little bit here. Ooh, I like it. It's so pretty. I really like it. So I apply a little bit more. To my lips. To outline my lips, I use the Eye Magic Professional Cosmetics in Teddy. This is only $1. Can you believe it? For $1, the formula is really, really good, and I love it. Now, when it comes to lip liners, I'm not that picky because it's just a lip liner. It's just basically just what I use to outline my lips. What I really care about is my lipstick. So I'm going to go ahead and outline my lips, and I'll be right back. Now that I outlined my lips, I'm going to move on to my liquid lipstick. I'm going to use Dose of Colors in Trophy. This is my first ever Dose of Colors product, and I might say I am in love with the formula and the way it feels on my lips, that this is not going to be the only product that I buy from them. I'm going to keep on purchasing lippies from Dose of Colors because it is that good. I've tried every single liquid lipstick, even from Anastasia all the way to Drugstore, and this is by far my favorite formula. It feels like you have nothing on your lips because I must say with some liquid lipsticks, it feels like your lips are literally about to crack, and with this, when I touch my lips, I don't feel like I'm wearing anything, and it lasts a really long time. So I'm gonna apply this on my lips, and again, this is in Truffle, and the shade is just so pretty. I love it. The formula, and it smells like candy. This is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very helpful. The reason I showed you guys these products is because these products are the ones that I recommend for beginners, the ones that are very easy to blend. Some of them are not super affordable, like you guys might freak out with like the Burberry foundation, but if you go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, you can find all this high-end makeup that I have for half of the price. And the reason I also chose these is because I can show you like Hush palettes, but those are very hard to blend. They have a lot of fallout, and it's gonna mess up your foundation. As a beginner, you're already getting frustrated because your makeup doesn't come out like someone else told you to do a tutorial. I've been there. I've looked at 1,000 tutorials on YouTube, and I'm like, why does mine look like this and theirs looks so perfect? So just practice is the key. This is the reason I showed you guys these products. If you guys want me to go to Sephora and do like a Sephora beginners makeup kit, I did one in Ulta, but Ulta and Sephora don't carry all the exact same brands. Like I know Sephora carries Huda and Laura Mercier, and Ulta doesn't. So if you guys want me to do a makeup beginners kit for Sephora, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to send in your intros. I'm gonna leave all the information if you want to be in the next video's intro in the description box down below, so make sure to check it out. I really hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye! Make sure you're subscribed so you can watch all of my videos, and if you want to keep on watching more and more videos, make sure to check out yesterday's video. You are not going to want to miss it. It's amazing. Also, if you want to get to know me a little bit better, make sure to subscribe to that vlogging channel right there. And if you can't get enough of me, here is my Spanish channel, so you can go ahead and subscribe. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.